May I see a hand of those people wishing to make public comment? Okay, would you please come forward?
My name is Dylan Maxfield.
Make sure the mic is on. Thank you, Dylan.
My name is Dylan Maxfield. I live at 290 North Pleasant Street, Apartment 2 in Amherst, Massachusetts. I'm here to comment on the way the town council handles board appointments, such as those for the Zoning Board of Appeals, as well as the Planning Board, specifically on whether or not it makes public information of who is not appointed to those boards. And I'm here to give comment in favor of making that of public record. The reason I believe this was, in my own personal experience, I had applied to be on the Licensing Commission, and I had applied with, I believe, 10 applicants in total for 5 spots. I was somebody who lives in the downtown, right across the street from where Porta is and the Spoke. I'm affected by the noise in the bars. I'm somebody who's worked in the bars in town. I have that perspective of what bars violate what laws and why they do it. And I'm somebody who, from time to time, goes to the bars myself and knows what the experience is as a patron, as an employee, and as a resident in town. When I'd applied for the board, I had ended up being denied, and I had figured a lot of people had applied. There must have been someone with a similar perspective. There's no need to double up on that. But what I'd seen was a series of professors being appointed, lawyers, and a former select board member. And I understand that the Licensing Commission doesn't fall under the purview of the council, but if you look at something as the Planning Board or the Zoning Board of Appeals, you'll see that same trend continue. Who you see being appointed are lawyers, professors, landlords, and business owners who are serving in our community on these boards. And I can't help but wonder, are working class people like myself applying for these boards and are being denied, and we're only accepting lawyers, professors, and the college educated? Or are these the only people who we want serving in our town? And to that question, are working class people being denied? The answer I have to give is, I don't know. It's not public information. We don't know. And I strongly believe that the council, when it wants to make that choice of whether or not to keep that information concealed or whether to keep it open to the public, I believe it's very important to keep that information open to the public. Because I believe if we want to have our community government represented by members of the community from all walks of life and all income levels, it needs to be public information, not only who's being appointed, obviously, but who is being denied. Is there a trend of people of working class being turned away from these community boards? So I believe it is very important that going forward, we do keep that information open to the public so we can better address that issue, if that issue is even there. Because at this point, I simply have to say, I just don't know who is being turned away. And I hope that this is something that the council would consider to be an important issue as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your comment.